What it do, baby? Welcome back to Business with Mikey and Aaron. It is your boy, Internet Aaron, and with me,
boy, Internet Mikey.
What's poppin', brother?
What's poppin'? First podcast.
Let's get it.
Business thing, endeavor, whatever. But yeah, we here. I'm excited.
Facts.
I'm lit.
For those who don't know, we do run several channels. We run a gaming channel, this business channel, as well as a reaction channel. Internet Mikey and Aaron, gaming with Mikey and Aaron, and now business with Mikey and Aaron.
Yes, they started at pretty much at the same time, but we're now loading content to all these movies.
Facts. So if you just want to either learn something, stick around here. If you want to be entertained, check out the other channels as well as our personals where we get it on and popping, and stay tuned individually. And if you got anything you want us to talk about, let us know. Without further ado, before we get into this, I have a question for you.
What?
You know about the Forbes list, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so on the Forbes list, who do you know is the richest person in the world based on the Forbes list?
Based on the Forbes list, is it a celebrity?
I guess you could say that. He's I guess you could call him a celebrity.
It's somebody I should know.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it Zuckerberg?
Do you want to buy one of his cars?
Oh, Elon.
Yeah, Elon.
Elon is according to Forbes?
According to Forbes, he is the richest man in the world. However, this is the craziest thing. So, based on the Forbes list, these people that we see are what we would consider to be the richest people in the world.
Right.
What would you say if I told you there's people that are richer than these people that pay to stay off the Forbes list? Would you believe me?
Yeah, because I didn't think when you said that the richest person on the Forbes list would be somebody I knew it wasn't the richest person.
Yeah,
because I've seen stuff about the actual richest people.
Yeah, that's the craziest part. Like, there's literally people. Now, mind you, these guys, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they have enough money that we could spend for like 30 lifetimes. You give me $1 billion, I'm gonna figure something out. I ain't gonna cap.
You gonna figure out a way to blow $1 billion.
I'm gonna blow $1 billion.
Which is what you shouldn't do.
I'm not gonna blow it, but I'm gonna turn it into something. I'm gonna turn it into a few more billion.
You have a bunch of chances to turn it in.
Facts. How you miss up $1 billion chances?
It's not like you got 100,000 and you have to turn it into something. You got $1 billion. You better turn it into
Facts.
something.
Big B, big taker. But yeah, so there's people that pay to not be on the list. And a lot of people say that there are people that we never even heard of. And that's the craziest part. Like, Forbes only releases, and then the people that's on the list, their wealth isn't really truly calculated.
You can't. I mean, to me, Forbes can't really calculate a lot of these people's wealth because they don't know everything.
Facts.
You could do a lot of digging and assumptions, and anybody, to me, the stuff that Forbes does is the thing that anybody can do. See what businesses that you can find out that they're in and make assumptions about the wealth.
Facts.
And then they a lot of times it's net worth, and net worth is not the actual wealth. It's like, if I go get a loan out on $100,000 home, that adds to my net worth.
Facts.
And that's not, I don't have $100,000.
Facts. I don't have the liquid. I don't have the liquid assets. Yeah.
So it's tricky.
Facts. So start us off. What is the first question you got for us today?
So first question is for you, my brother. What is the lowest point you've had in your life?
In my life?
You've been in. Lowest point. We're talking financially, because this is a business podcast. We're not talking emotionally with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And all that. We don't know about that time you couldn't get it up. Yeah. we talking financially. Blue Chew wasn't round back then.
Yeah.
It was Viagra. But
the lowest point financially. Do you have one? Because we know mine. I have one. What's yours?
2016 going into 2017.
Yeah. That's right when we started chilling, when we first got cool, right?
No, this is when you got back on your feet.
Okay.
This is okay. For background, all my life I've lived, sixth grade on up. Sixth grade to after college.
Yeah.
I've lived in a middle class neighborhood.
Yeah.
Regular middle class, not rich, not poor. Just went to school, played outside. I didn't have a game system like it wasn't rich by any means, because they didn't even want to buy us a game system. We had to get a GameCube from my aunt, and then gradually moved up to like a Wii and stuff like that. But regular middle class life.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy that you say that because our lives are such the opposite mirror. Like I had game systems, but that was about it. that was all fucking it. You know what I mean?
They refused to buy us because I guess they thought it was more expensive than it was.
Yeah.
I mean, they bought us electric scooters when we was young, so I don't know why they didn't.
Yeah.
But anyway,
probably to keep y'all out the house. And you got to remember, it's three of y'all.
True.
Three of y'all. And
we argued and stuff.
You feel me? Y'all don't want to break a TV playing 2K.
But to answer the question, regular middle class life. So I got a job at 16, and I was at that job for about 6, 7, maybe 8 years straight.
Yeah.
Like through 11th, 12th grade through my couple years of college. On out. So I also started a business while I was at that job.
I know exactly where we're talking about now. Yeah.
So eventually I was like, okay, it's time for me to make that leap of faith.
Yeah.
And quit the job to try the business full time. But not having any true business skills or social business skills.
Yeah.
And not really keeping up with everything. We failed. Like plain and simple, the business is still running.
Yeah.
It's fine. But at that time, we failed in terms of being able to live off of that business. Like me and the two partners I have or had, because one of them is no longer with me, but
he ain't died. We don't work with him no more.
He just
he dead to us.
He dead to us. Yeah, he dead to us. No, he can't. Yeah. You know, he's one of those people you got to cut off. But at that time, the business couldn't support us living off of the business. We could work the business and have a job. So, of course, I'm living with my parents trying to run this business. They're living with their parents trying to run this business. It just so happened that at the end of 2016, my parents are moving into a new house. Me and my brothers can't go. They said, y'all can't go.
Y'all got to get out. Y'all got ether.
Because I had moved out, but I came back just to try to, because I quit the job. I tried to, finesse the situation. I had to move out. Coincidentally, at the same time, well, my brothers had to move out too, but coincidentally, one of my business partners had to move out of his, or he was tired of being in his environment. So we ended up in 2017 at a house in the hood.
Oh, Dallas.
North end of Beaumont.
Dallas.
Street, north end of Beaumont.
The comedy trap.
The rent was $600. So we luckily only had to pay $150 per person.
Bro.
And it's not, when you think...
Dallas was bad.
Yeah.
When you look back, Dallas, bro, y'all don't know about Dallas. Dallas was bad, bro. They didn't have an AC unit.
Look. Dallas Street. He's not talking about Dallas, Texas. He's talking about Dallas Street in the north end of Beaumont. So when you think $600 rent, it's not bad. But when you see what type of house we were in, it was a house that my business partner's mom's friend, she owned it. She didn't have money to
keep it up
or even keep it up or nothing. It was just something in the hood that she just wanted to try to rent. It was like the flooring wasn't done in one of the living rooms. It was messed up paint. It was bad,
bro.
It was, but $150 each for 4 people.
That ain't that bad. And in the current situation, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. But, I mean, it was only 3 bedrooms, so that extra living room was turned into a bedroom, and it was like that was bad, bro.
Yeah.
It was bad. So for me, that was my lowest point, because all 2017 we was broke. We was, of course, trying to figure out different, I guess at that point we was trying viral ways to make a business be successful, and that's not how you do it.
Yeah, at all.
You do it through proper administration, making proper connections with people, and actually grinding it out, and not grinding it out trying to be like viral in a sense. Not like viral video, but like a viral business, like a business strategy that's just gonna take off, and that's not how it works.
Yeah, that's not, because business isn't. It's at the end of the day, it's not foolproof. Exactly. Business is meant for failure. People don't tell you, it's like school, you go to school, but you go to learn. But more importantly, the one thing you learn from school is to take failure and grow from it and learn from it. Because I failed a lot more than most people, and believe it or not, I was in honors. And
so, don't take this, what he's saying. He's not saying you have to fail.
No.
But most people are going to fail in some form or fashion, whether that's the initial business failing, or some thing you try to do in your business failing. You're gonna fail, bro. You're gonna. Most of us.
Speaking on Dallas, before I go into my part, tell us about your roommate.
My roommate? Which
your roommate.
My
y'all have
one
to hear this.
One day I'm chilling in my bed. You feel me? Now, like I said, this is one of those houses the landlord, she didn't keep it up. She couldn't. Not only did she not want to, but she didn't want to because she couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
She just, I don't know how she even owned the dang house. I really don't know how she owned the house because she lived right across the street, bro.
Literally.
In a house that was worse than the one we was in.
It was worse?
Yes. After we moved out, she moved in it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, bro, but anyway, so my room had a small hole in the wall, and it was covered by my nightstand, which my nightstand wasn't like a bookshelf type of nightstand where it actually covers the hole. It was just a glass table that's in front of the hole.
Yeah.
And y'all know where I'm going with this. One day I'm chilling.
On my phone. Chilling.
On my phone. I go to reach down for the charger on the side of my bed, and I see a little friend, not a cockroach. We kill cockroach around here. This is Texas. Cockroaches. You
was going on to his family. He didn't make it back.
I see a mouse or a rat right there under my glass table and scurry under my bed. All I could do was roll over and just hold my phone on my chest, look at the ceiling, and ponder life. Like,
this is how low I got.
This is like I said, I come from a normal, like we had spiders every now and then just from opening the door, and we had a roach every now and then. It wasn't like New York where you got rats every fucking where.
It wasn't the gutter.
This is a normal ass house. A house some people would probably go and be, oh, this is a nice house. Like normal ass house, bro.
Yeah.
And to see a rat for the first time in my life,
bro, he's scarred. He's legitimately scarred.
That was literally the first time in my life I've ever seen a rat. That's when I realized I was at my lowest. And then
because
my roommate, my business partner, who is 3 days, if you follow us elsewhere, you know who 3 days is. He's my business partner. So he's in a room across the hall. A few weeks, like the next week or whatever, he has a dog cage in his corner of his room, a heavy dog cage.
Big.
But the dog cage is folded up, it's put up. He hear the dog cage rattle. And immediately he know what it is because there's a hole where he got the dog cage.
Yeah.
And ain't nothing, a cockroach ain't big enough to move a dog cage.
And this is the dog cage big enough to hold it held full grown pit bull.
Yeah, this is a dog cage for German Shepherds, Labrador, like a big dog cage.
Yeah.
Even though it's folded, that mug is heavy. You can't just rattle with a cockroach or a spider, or it had to be a rat. Like, we talking rattle. And when he told him,
Ratatouille. It was Stuart Little.
He told me that, so I told him my story, and we realized we was down fucking bad.
Down bad.
So bad, you don't even want to bring people, even though we had house parties in the house.
Bro, some of the greatest, we gonna put some on screen. Some of the greatest parties.
We had fun being broke.
Yeah.
We had fun.
And the craziest part about it, when we were broke, we never, it never really, looking back at it, we always made it work.
Yeah, you had to make it
You
work.
had to.
You had to come up with that 150.
Facts.
We were so broke. It cost what? Like $30 or $35 to get the yard cut because we had to cut the grass.
Yeah.
We were so broke that some of us didn't want to pay like $30, $35. That's like $8 a person.
Yeah.
If that. We couldn't really afford that sometimes, or we didn't want to afford that.
Facts.
So it's like, that's how broke we were. And that was just the lowest point in life. So what's your lowest point?
So if that was 2016 for you, then it would have to be 2015.
Yeah.
It had to be 2015. For those who don't know, in 2015, for unforeseen circumstances, things that were out of my control, I went homeless. Mm-hmm. And I was sleeping in a 2003 Hyundai Sonata that we had bought 4 months prior. 4 months prior. I don't know if you remember that we had went to Houston. It was 4 months before that we went.
We had went
to Houston
and got this man.
Got me a car.
That was the top for him at the
facts.
He wasn't homeless, But the fact that you was able to get that car, we was happy as hell.
Facts. That was like the epitome of, yo, I've done something. I'm doing something. Is when I
own money cash.
Own money cashed out on a 2003 Hyundai Sonata. And a few months later, I go homeless. And nobody knew for a while. Mm-hmm. And I'm thugging it out in the car. I'm sleeping on Sortino's parking lots. Sortino's is a cafe out here. I'm sleeping on the parking lot. I'll wake up in the middle of the night, go eat something from Sortino's. At the time, I was working for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Mm-hmm. I'm washing cars, trying to make ends meet. I at this point in time, I can afford to cheat. This is when reality sets in when you're poor. A cheeseburger is $1. Rent is $7.50. I can afford a cheeseburger, and then a lot of places you're required to get 3 times the rent. And
what was your hourly wage at Enterprise?
Bro, it was like $8.
Like $8,
bro. And I was working part time. That's the crazy part. And I could not get moved up to full time in the position.
Well, what those hours looking like,
bro? Part-time? I'm talking, bro. Mind you, Enterprise closed at 6. It closed, and I was a full-time college student at this time. So I'm getting out of school around 12, and every day I'd find a ride to work from 1 to 6, probably Monday through Friday, like 25 hours a week.
That's nothing.
That's nothing. Like I'm talking a couple $100.
That's nothing.
Every check, like $200 every check.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
And I'll never forget. I'm homeless at the time, and all I would do is go to work. I had a gym membership. It was $10 a month, so I got somewhere to shower. I would shower at Planet Fitness, and then that was it. And I remember one time, like, bro, this is when it set in for me that this shit sucks. I don't even know if I ever told you this story. But I'm sleeping in my car, and I hear like a metal pop. Like a pop. I'm like, the fuck is that? I'm like, all right, something else is breaking on the car. I'm going back to sleep. And I got my air on. And then all of a sudden I hear, I'm like, yo, what the hell is this? And I look, it's a crackhead in my gas tank. It is a actual crackhead.
Where was you at?
I'm sleeping in the car.
Where you parked?
I'm parked on Sortino's parking lot. I'm in this mud.
You never told me that story,
bro. Because the next day is when I stayed at your house for the first time.
Wow.
So I'm sleeping. I hear pop, and I look, and it's a nigga in my gas can, and he just. I opened my door and said, yo, what the hell you doing? He literally and ran full-fledged across the parking lot.
Oh.
And I closed my gas tank. He opened it. It was a screwdriver on the ground. He opened it with a screwdriver. I put the screwdriver in the backseat of the car.
What did he need a screwdriver to open the gas? It was one of the ones you got the button.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I sit down, bro. And I'm like, bro.
That's crazy. That is.
What the hell was he? Was he trying to drink my gasoline?
He was gonna siphon the gas. Where he was gonna put it?
This man was literally next to my car. And I say, bro, and he takes out running. I'm like, bro, this shit crazy. And I'm just sitting there. And at this point, it's very frustrating because it's like, up to this point in my time in life, I was never a bad kid. I was never mischievous, I was an honor student. I played sports. I was in band. I was in college at the time trying to figure out what I wanted to do in life. And it was so crazy to me. A crackhead tried to steal my gas. And the craziest part is when the car, and it was at one of the times when the car had just broke down too. And I'm like, bro, this is crazy. The next day, I pay a couple $100s to get literally all the money I had, get the car fixed. And at this point in time, I was losing weight. So a lot of people saw me like, Aaron, you look good. I'm like, I appreciate you. You don't know I'm starving. But the next day after I get the car fixed, I go to Mike's house and I'm like, hey bro, I'm tired, man. Can I just sleep on here for a while? And he was like, yeah, sure, bro. and I fall asleep. Mike's mom comes in, and she puts covers on me, and it was the craziest thing ever. And I was like, wow, this is cool. She leaves out. I think the next week I go to leave their house, but I'm so, like, mind you, I'm not sleeping in a bed. I'm sleeping in cars at work. One of my good friends, Joseph would pick me up early, cause he know I'll be sleeping in my car at Certina. So he would come pick me up, bring me to either, if he was working in Silsby at the time, he'll bring me out to Silsby, just let me sleep in one of the cars with the AC on. He like, bro, rest up. Just different stuff like that. He even let me, he was like, hey bro, if you need to crash at my house, sometimes you come crash, whatever. Woo. And I remember figuring out, bro, I hate this so much. Mm-hmm. This isn't my fault that I'm in this situation. And I'm not gonna be
legitimately.
It was not my fault.
Not his fault.
Like it was other people. I was at the liberty of other people, family, and it was like, yo, I can't do this. And when I realized, like, yo, I don't want to be homeless forever, and thankfully a door opened for me working for Enterprise, and it's like things like everything happens for a reason. I'm a very big believer of that. I'm working at Enterprise. I meet a lady who's over a housing program out here in the area. I tell her about my situation. 3 months later, I'm accepted into the program. I get me a house, and I also get a new job working at AT&T in the mall.
So you got what it's called, down here. It's called Section 8.
Section 8, yeah.
Section 8 house. So you got Section 8.
Yeah.
You got you an apartment.
Got me an apartment.
And got a new, better paying job.
Way better.
Got that apartment.
Way better. Then I got the apartment, and then surely after, like, maybe a month after I got the job, the Sonata broke down. And it was no saving it. I was like, you know what? Forget it. And like 2 months went by. A friend of mine, Michael Tanner, Dual Sword Inc. If y'all ever look up his YouTube, his Dual Sword, or T reviews or something like that, T reacts. He brought me to Houston to get my Impala that I've now replaced with my new car. But yeah, that was my lowest point. Homeless. Eating one McDouble and a fry. That's every day. One McDouble and a dollar fry.
Right after you, that was 2015 going into 2016 when you was homeless, because 2016, me and my business partners went to LA for the first time,
bro,
and we bought him a sign.
Bro, I gotta tell y'all this. Let me take over this. So they go to mind you, I'm working at Enterprise. This is before I get the job at AT&T. I'm about to get a job at a company it's called Time Warner at the time, before it got bought out by Spectrum. I had the job and everything. They was just waiting for me to start, giving me my start date. Mike, K-Brew, and the other person, or 3 days and the other person, are about to go to California. Like, hey, bro, you should come with us. And I'm like, man, I always wanted to go to Cali. And I'm like, man,
he could have came, because we was thugging it basically. Because my family was driving, so we was like, bet we can scrap up some money to get a rental car.
Facts.
And I gotta tell that story on here. But go ahead, yeah. So we was like, hell, if we can go, you can go too.
Facts.
We all broke.
We all broke. We gonna thug it out.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, man, nah, I need this job. If I go, I don't know what'll happen. And Mike was like, man, bump that, you got a new job anyway. And I'm like, oh yeah, you right. And someone was like, nah, don't go, bro. And they go. And I'm gonna let you tell the rental car story real quick.
No, go ahead.
Finish they go. When they go, the day they leave, we shoot a music video. That morning they head out. We were shooting for Lalo Towers. That morning they head out. When they head out that morning, I get an email from Time Warner that they're no longer hiring because they got bought out by a company called Spectrum. If I would have left, I would have lost my only breadwinner at the time.
Oh yeah, you would have lost your job because
I would have just no call, no show. Bro, they come back with a sign, right? I see the sign. I'm like,
a gas station, because mind you, we're driving to California from Texas. This is a 24-hour drive without breaks.
Yeah.
If you don't take a stop to get gas or anything, it's 23 hours and something minutes.
Yeah.
So one of the stores, we decided to get an errand, a sign that says what?
The sign says, it may be that your whole life is a warning to others. He give me this sign. I say, bro, what is you saying? I got a bad life? What are you?
No, it fit.
It fit.
And you still have that sign to this day.
I still do because I took it. And a lot of people who see this sign, they kind of take the sign as a negative thing, like I did originally. But I took the sign to mean that it may be that your whole life is a warning to others by that not to give up, because
don't give up because you can always find a way out.
You can always find a way out.
And mind you, a couple months later, because this is summer 2016. Facts. A couple months later, 2017, literally the beginning of 2017. Yep. Me, one of my business partners that went to LA, and my brothers are in the north end of Beaumont on Dallas Street.
Yep.
So what does that say? Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't fucking give up.
Facts.
Aaron's living a luxury life. Like, he's coming visit us, living life. Nigga.
I got a 1-bedroom apartment. I'm cooking spaghetti every 2 weeks. I'm in there thugging it.
We in Dallas Street. Man, fuck it. We gonna get out one day.
Bro, and the craziest part, this is the craziest part. I remember, and it's so funny when we look back at it. Because I'm the type of person, I pop up on everybody's houses. I just go to your house. If I want to see you, I'm gonna pop up. Hey, what's up? When they moved in Dallas, I will pop up like, hey, what's up? When everybody got mobile, they started popping up on me. Ain't nobody wanted to be in Dallas.
Yes. Oh, to add to the Dallas Street part.
Yeah.
I had a 2-door 2009
The Roach Coach.
Honda, no,
not the Roach Coach.
You talking about? I had a 2-door Honda Civic Coupe. I had a Honda Accord Coupe.
It was an Accord Coupe.
It was an Accord Coupe. It was perfectly fine. 09, bro. Gray. It was dope. It was cool. It was cool until
it was the original
on my
Batmobile.
dad's birthday.
Yeah. It was
somebody
raining.
hits me.
It was raining.
No, it wasn't raining. It was just traffic. Somebody
I thought you got
somebody got in a wreck.
Hydroplaned.
No. Somebody got in a wreck up ahead. So traffic, I'm trying to stop. While I'm stopping, the car in front of me spins out, or I see them going like this, like sliding. They're not spinning, but they sliding. So the normal thing to do is to go to the other lane. So I'm going to the other lane, thinking I'm good. Oh, okay, we just go to the other lane. No. They go from this to spinning full 360 and hitting me on my driver's side door. So now for the whole 2017,
gotta crawl out.
I have to crawl out of the passenger side door until while we at that house,
bro,
my car gets repoed because I can't pay the notes no more.
Yes, bro.
My car gets repoed, and then I have to scrap up, bro. I have to scrap up money. So I figure something out on YouTube.
Yeah,
I come across a good $4,000. YouTube check. Boom. About to buy a car. Get scammed. Get scammed for $1,500. So now I have to buy a
Roach Coach.
A less than $1,000 car. So I find a $900 car that runs great. It's cool. Only thing is the seals messed up, so the floorboards stay wet. They got roaches. They had a big ass roach living in it. But that was my lowest point.
The Roach Coach, bro.
But I'm happy to say that we both made it out
Facts.
of our situation. I literally watched my car get repoed out of my yard, bro. Couldn't do anything about
it. K Brew 3 days had played. It's been a long
I have that Snapchat video of my car getting repoed.
And it's like just looking and you're right, we have come a pretty far apart. Because I mean look at our cars now.
But before I get to the actual first topic of the video, what story was I supposed to tell just now?
The rental car.
The rental car
for going to California.
What about the rental car?
It's something, I guess, scrounging up the money for it or something.
How we got the money.
Yeah.
How we got the money. This is how scrappy we were as businessmen, right? So my company is 2023 Vision. We shot mostly music videos at the time. We did weddings, commercials, but at that time it was 90% music videos. So in order to afford the trip to California, because we needed a rental car, we needed a hotel.
They did a special.
We decided to run a special where we'll shoot $100 music. We'll pull up and we'll shoot $100 music video. And me in 3 days, because the other partner, like I said, he was doing some this type of person you had to cut off. Yeah. He was doing something at that time. We didn't think nothing of it. Like we was like, okay, go do what you gotta do, whatever. But In 3 days, we shot like 8 to 15 music videos for $100. Like we literally went to Prairie View, shot 2 or 3 music videos, came straight back to Orange, Texas, shot 1, came to like the next day, went in Beaumont, shot a couple more, like 3 days, scrapped up the money we needed for the rental car and all. That's how scrappy we were as businessmen. And if we could do stuff like that and then end up making it through overall, that's why we say, don't give up all that. I just wanted to tell that little story because it was just that's like a crazy time. We literally
it was a dark time.
It was a dark time, but we didn't see it as that. We just saw it as we got to make it work.
And I'll do even one better. Because I would say I was broke year before last too, but it wasn't as broke as before. I was still able to pay rent. Yeah. So it like it's trials and tribulations. Exactly. Real trials and tribulations.
And the funny part about it is we came out of everything. Well, I came out of it. 2018 was like okay because I got a job working media at a church, plus doing the business. So I was okay. Like me in 3 days could pay rent because we was roommates for 2 years.
Yeah, and then 2018, 2019 for me. Is when I first started wholesaling houses. I started
was selling houses, bro. With no money,
I am the definition of a hustler. I can find a way to make money. I was selling Amazon returns. Like I sold TVs.
He's done things.
Bro. I sold TVs from Amazon. Like that's still something I like to do. Like flip pallets.
This man has made me a believer. Like he told me about the wholesaling houses, and I was like, okay, sounds cool. Because it's one of those things like, okay, that sound cool. And then I started I just randomly, I was in my bed, I said, let me look it up.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this does sound, it sounds very possible. Yeah. Next thing you know, he's showing me a check from us selling a house. This is thousands of dollars, my guy. He sold a house. This is not selling a t-shirt and getting a couple bucks. This is, like, what was your first?
I think it was like 10.
It was like 10 grand. I'm like, bro, I already been researching. I already thought it was cool, but let's go. So I said, look, I don't got the time to do it with you, but I can help. Like, I don't got the time to like just do it, but I can help you. Yeah. You be saying we start doing that. But look, we came out of all that, bro.
Yeah, facts.
We made it through 2015, 16, 17, our lowest time.
Facts.
We made it through the average season.
Facts.
And for somehow, some way in 2020 is when our new, not old YouTube channel, new YouTube channel took off like a rocket.
Like a rocket to Mars.
And we made 6 figures in 8 months of 2020.
Facts. And if you look at it, if you take the time to look at our analytics right now, by the middle of next month, we will make in a year, mind you, we will have made, you ready for this?
What?
200K. Don't feel like it because we didn't went through that,
but I would count our year as April 7th.
Yeah,
I would count our year as April 7th because the current channel started on April 7th. Even though we technically started in February because of certain circumstances, real OGs know what happened.
Yeah, facts.
April 7th is the official InternetCity channel start date for now on.
Okay, so by that time,
it would have been 200K. And no, we didn't blow it on.
Yeah, no, it's business expenses and life.
Business, life, you got to pay rent. And then,
we had to buy cars.
Stuff. We had to upgrade vehicles for certain. We didn't cash out on a vehicle.
I should have.
And then just investing. I personally started the investments for Surrounds by InternetCity.
Yeah, Mike spearheaded that, and I've actually been taking time to look at he's doing, I guess you could say, our digital investments, and I'm working on trying to take over the physical investment sides for us, whether it be real estate, flipping cars if we ever feel like it, or whatever.
So with all that being said, we made it out. That brings me to the question: do you think anybody can be successful? Can anybody be successful, and why or why not?
Okay. This is a hard one. The reason why I say it's a hard one, it depends on the person, right?
Very true.
The reason why I say it depends on the person, because to be successful, you have to have a mindset. You have to have the mindset of, no matter what happens, I'm going to figure something out. I'm going to get out of this situation, and I'm going to make something happen. So if a person doesn't have that mindset, no. No, and I'm not.
It also depends on the person's definition of success.
Yeah,
but in this case, we're talking about
just getting out the mud,
getting it, like being well off enough to where you don't have to really worry. We're not talking super rich Jeff Bezos. We're talking about just close to 6 figures or over 6 figures.
Yeah, like I genuinely feel like I say the reason why I say yes and no, because if you don't have the mindset, you can't be successful. No. But I feel like anyone can get the mindset.
Exactly.
If you put your mind to it that, yo, I'm going to learn and I'm going to figure something out to get successful, it blows my mind. For example, I don't know what to call her. I'll just say Tati for now. This individual, I love her mindset. Like every day I talk to her, I learn something new. It's like and she's very business oriented. She's very goal focused. She's very.
If you want to know who he's talking about, if you go to our main channel, InternetCity, look at the featured channels. She's on there, Tatiana Marche.
Yeah. And Tati is very business oriented. She's very goal driven, right? And that in itself, like for me, it makes me drive harder. I'm like, for example, like today, I started working on a few of the other things that I'm working on because I'm like, yo, you're not gonna outwork me. I refuse to be outworked by you.
And mind you, the mindset part of the mindset she has was learned. Yeah, she learned it from him.
Yeah.
So it's.
I say
when it comes back to the question of can anyone be successful? Yes.
Yeah.
If they have the mindset.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes some people are born with it.
Yes.
Some people, something sparks it. Some people are influenced by others.
Yeah. Definitely.
It just depends. To me, the average person that's okay with 9 to 5 and not doing anything special within that 9 to 5, they'll always be.
That's all they'll always be.
Unless they're aiming to move up the ladder of a Fortune 500 company or something, or move up the ladder of any company and be at the top.
Yeah,
they're always gonna be there, which we need those people.
Facts
for the world to run. But
I genuinely feel like, for example, I say this: if you are looking into business, if you're looking to learn about business, whether it be YouTube, investing, because I've done it all. Like I still day trade. I day trade currencies. If you're looking to learn and improve yourself from your current situation, I genuinely believe you can be successful. And the reason why I believe you can be successful, because you already have that first bit that you need to be successful, the understanding that you want more. The next thing you need is consistency and dedication to get to that point. Because no matter whether it's a YouTube channel, whether it's day trading, no matter what it is, it requires consistency and dedication. But if your mindset doesn't allow you, if you as a person doesn't allow yourself to continue to be dedicated or to continually work towards something, you won't get it.
Exactly. So, and that's the type of mindset that led us to believe that we would make it out of our situation.
Facts.
No matter how low.
Facts.
Like, it always felt like it was going lower and lower and lower and lower.
Bro,
you don't really feel the climb out, but you
see it once you're at the top.
Yeah, but you see it once you and having the right mindset, the entrepreneur mindset. No matter how broke I am, I do not want to be the 9 to 5 person.
Facts, and I don't want to be broker.
Facts. And that's what helped us get out and try things and experience things. And I've experienced so many things just in video production business or YouTube. Or even just working. I've experienced so many things from trying and having that mindset.
Yeah, bro.
It's ridiculous.
And it's also rewarding. There's a few things I've learned over the years. It's always stay learning, always be receptible to learn, always be coachable. But in learning something, it's always that that feeling of success when you learn something. And I remember saying a few things when I was like down bad. And it was like, no matter what, it'll get better one day. Because regardless of if it gets worse, I know one day it'll get better.
Exactly.
And another thing I used to always say, because I saw it in the first Transformers movie, was no sacrifice, no victory. The sacrifice right now is that life sucks. It really sucks and it's bad. And I'm willing to sacrifice my happiness right now for the fact that I know I genuinely and mentally understood that one day I will be happy. One day I will be successful. One day I will be in the position to where I don't have a worry in the world. You know, like right now, it's crazy. It's this surreal feeling of what life is. Like we can literally take a trip. We can spend $1,500 on something stupid. we can genuinely live a life that we never thought we could live. And the thing is, we are, in my opinion, the ideal person, the ideal struggle. Like we've went through it both ways, from job broke to family broke, to every, like, to trying to figure it out broke.
Never thinking that we would get to that point.
Facts.
Mind you, like I said earlier, if you watching this as a clip, I came from a regular family.
Facts.
You had your family also. Neither one of us expected to go shoo, but it happened.
Yeah.
But we still had that mindset. No matter how bad it gets,
it'll get better.
I'm not doing what I don't want to do.
Facts.
I'm not, no matter how bad, I will work a job to get out of my situation.
Facts.
But I'm not going to work this job for the rest of my life.
Facts. Let's look at it like this. I was working at Sprint, the corporate store. You can look on this channel where I say I quit my corporate job because it wasn't your regular 9-to-5 corporate job. But if I wanted to move up in the company to do something, whether it be logistics or anything else, I could have. But, excuse me, every day at work, you can ask customers, you can ask old coworkers. I would be at that job every day. A customer asked me, "Hey, how do you like it here?" "Oh, I hate it." Straight face. I hate it. My managers couldn't stand me for it. I hate it. I was honest. I hate it here. And customers would laugh.
Because deep down, you always know this is not where I belong.
Facts.
No matter, like, I'm okay with, like we said, and this is to me the broke versus rich mindset.
Yeah.
The 9-to-5 versus entrepreneur mindset.
Facts.
And this is also in the same breath, it's also where some people who think they have the proper entrepreneur mindset, this is where they mess up.
Yeah.
I'm okay working a job to fund a business or working a job to get out of being broke or being down bad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I refuse to stay here, like I said, forever. For more than 2 or 3 years.
Bro, I have never in my life have I worked at a job more than 2 years.
Hey. Now, granted, my first job, I stayed at my first job so long because I started at 16. At that time, when I started graduating high school, going into college, I thought I was going to go to college and do something.
Facts.
I didn't have the entrepreneur mindset at that time. But as I developed it, I knew while I was working a job, I'm using this money to fund the first thing was YouTube and video camera equipment and all that.
And that goes to the mindset can be learned.
Exactly.
That
the mindset was definitely, it was learned through natural curiosity in my case.
Yeah.
Natural curiosity. Oh, YouTube is YouTube turned into video production, shooting music videos and weddings and stuff. And it was just natural curiosity. Now, like 2 years into buying camera equipment, experimenting with videos, forget a 9-to-5.
Facts.
I'm going to use this money to do what I got to do, but forget that. I'm quitting at some point. And then I quit. And then I didn't take the proper precautions. And ended up being down bad broke.
But that also goes into that you had the entrepreneur mindset, but you didn't have everything else that comes with it.
Exactly.
And so, like, for example, I'm good with spending, but I'm terrible with spending. So, like, with me, I came to the understanding, for me to be okay in life, I need to make more money than I can spend. and it works. It works wonders for me. But it's like, that was the one thing that I come to the understanding. Okay, yeah, I could save, but I love making money. it's not the love of money, but it's the love of not being broke.
And the love of the actual process,
yes,
is fucking fun.
It's fun as hell.
Like for example, if we take YouTube, because that's currently what we do.
Yeah,
most people, we would tell you not to look at the numbers because most people get discouraged from numbers, but we get so excited from seeing the smallest amounts of growth that we can't help but look at.
Facts.
And that led me to realize that the process for us is funner than we thought it was.
Facts. I can even double that. When I first started day trading, when I first got in, I was doing the foreign exchange market Forex. I didn't join an IML. I was like, bump that. I'm gonna teach myself. IML is those groups. Hey, you get some people to join. I wasn't feeling that. I taught myself, and in teaching myself, it was the most rewarding experience. Granted, I was like $1,500 the first day in the market. But once I had figured it out, in 2 days, I had made like $7,000.
Ooh-wee.
And I was like, hold up, pimp. This is what y'all out here doing? And the craziest part, I made more money in those 2 days than people that had made 6 figures doing it in a year. I'm like, bro, hell no. And it was so intriguing and so like inspiring, the process of learning and doing it myself. Mm-hmm. And it's that, and it all goes back to that mindset.
And that brings up the thought for me that most people, like your parents would typically, even especially your grandparents, they would typically want you to go to college to get a good job, to work. And while you're in college, you work a part-time or full-time job.
And then when you get out of college, you got to have work experience with your degree.
But with that and doing the entrepreneur thing, even before YouTube, there was times where we would realize that we can make more money in this amount of time than people consistently in this amount of time that people can make in the whole year.
Facts.
And it's like, bro, why would I?
Why? Like, bro, you want me to stack boxes?
Even if you equate that to a better job.
Facts.
Why would I get it at that job where I'm miserable when I can get it here where I'm having the time of my life?
Bro, and I look at it like this. The one thing we'll never get back is time.
Exactly.
Time is so damn precious. It's priceless,
like,
really.
If you think about it right now, if we wasn't doing this,
I'd get paid an hour.
We would be 9 times out of 10, we would be somewhere where we got off work at 10 o'clock.
Bro, let me put it to you like this. You get 24 hours in a day, right? Mm-hmm. You'll never see that same 24 again.
Never.
Right? How disrespectful would you feel if I say, hey, I'll buy 4 of those hours from you, right? For $35. You'll never get these hours back.
That's basically what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
And it was such a slap in the face. And I look at a lot of the people I worked with, really good people. It made me realize like they would tell me how they miss time with their family, like missing their son or daughter first steps or their first time talking, different things like that. Looking at my own mother, working 12-hour shifts, 10-hour shifts, just to not really have any sense of freedom and coming down to it. I remember one time when I was roughly 20, my mom had told me she had made $1 million in her lifetime, and she said, she wanted better. And that's crazy. I think my mom was like 42 at the time. Mm-hmm. Made but it took her 42 years to make $1 million.
Exactly.
That she didn't keep.
It seems cool till you realize that $1 million is spread over the 20 or 30 years that she's been working.
Facts.
And each dollar went to something immediately. It wasn't like winning $1 million in lottery.
Facts.
Or something like that.
Facts.
But the fact that we can come and do something, whether it's YouTube or business or whatever, at our own time when we want to,
Facts.
How fast or slow we want to.
Facts.
And if something's going on, we can stop at the drop of a dime.
And go take care of it.
And come back when we want to. Now, granted, you still got to have consistency and you still got to actually get work done.
Yeah.
But why do it where somebody's controlling everything you do and giving you the time to come in and paying you what they want to pay you when you could do it at your own liberty.
Facts.
And you control how much. We control how much we make.
Facts.
By the amount of work we put in.
Facts. And it boils down to one simple thing. To wrap up, can anyone be successful in a rich versus poor mindset? It wraps up to, do you want someone else to control your time, or do you want to? Do you want to control your time? Because if we're going to be honest, if we're going to be completely honest, money equates to freedom. The freedom to do what you want, when you want, go wherever you want. I go to Houston at any point in time.
Which in turn helps with happiness.
Facts. Because who wants to live a fucking miserable life?
For me, money technically equals happiness.
Facts.
Because with it, I'm allowed to do stuff.
Facts.
I'm allowed to take care of family. I just had a son. Take care of my son without worrying.
Yeah, if I had
a son in 2017,
it would have been down,
he wouldn't have had nothing.
Facts.
Nada.
Not a damn thing.
Nada.
Facts. So what your answer to, can anyone be successful?
Yes.
Okay. Mine is no, but yeah, it's the same answer. It's the mindset. It's the mindset.
It's all in the mindset.
Yeah. So, but that goes into the next point. Something I want to ask you. What are the 3 things you need to be successful?
What are the 3 things you need to be successful?
Facts. Because everybody can, if you change the mindset, right? Along with the mindset, what else do you need to be successful? In your opinion?
Great habits.
Great habits. Okay.
That's one of them. Great habits because, like I said earlier, when I was at my brokest, I got there because my habits were not good. Business habits, personal habits. I had some good habits.
Yeah. Saving for one. Mike is a super saver.
Cleanliness, saving enough. I don't save like that, but I save enough.
Dude, bro, if Mike was a cokehead, he'd be able to buy a rock every day.
But I had some good habits, but business wise, my habits weren't there.
Yeah.
So that same thing for the people on my team.
Yeah.
We didn't have those good habits.
Facts.
So we weren't able to rise to the level that we could have risen to had we had great habits and been consistent and stuck to some of the business or entrepreneurial tactics or whatever you want to call them that we needed to stick to.
Yeah.
So that's great habits. So give us a second one.
Time management.
All right.
If you want to be successful, along with building better habits or having great habits, you have to have time management. If you can't manage your time, if you can't like I say, everybody got the same 24 hours, but the people that are successful are the ones that optimize that 24 hours to the best. For example, a lot of people who day trade in the US, right? Especially in Texas, throughout the week, these guys are waking up at 4 a.m. trade until about 8 a.m. Then they work out. Then you got me. I go to sleep. From 3 to 3, I'm going back to sleep. Like, bump this. I've made my money for the day. But you have the guys that they trade till 8 a.m. They work out. Then they go get breakfast. And then they start their day. These dudes are optimized. They're Optimus Prime. They're robots. But they use their time to the best use of it.
That's kind of a more extreme case.
That's super extreme. That's super extreme.
You don't have to be robot.
You definitely don't like bump that. Nah,
but being optimized can help you.
Facts, because it's when you realize that this is time that we're not going to get back. We'll never get this time back. Life is ever fleeting. Life is ever passing away. So I'll be damned if I don't find a way to make the best use of the time that I have.
And that comes with planning. Planning can help you optimize your time.
Yeah.
Like the night before, plan your next day.
Facts. This is planned.
Oh yeah, exactly. Or on a certain day of the week, plan your week.
Facts.
Plan something to help you optimize your time, because that helps you meet goals, which is the third thing you need to be successful. Goals.
Yeah, you gotta set some goals.
Without goals, you'll just be running blind.
Facts.
Like, you could have a business idea.
Facts.
You could have a concept. You could have invested in it. But if you don't have no goals for that business, what are you doing?
Craziest part, when you speak of goals, I always go back to our goal board for this year. Right, I made a goal board, not this year, it was last year, right when our channel hit 10K. I had made we had hit 1,000. I had made a goal board. And on the goal board, it was like, I want to make 10K consistently for a few months. I want to get 1 million views on a video. I want to get 100,000 subscribers. And I put dates on a lot of these. And there was a lot more on the list. I want to buy a supercomputer by December 2020. This year, I knocked off so many things off that goal board that in the past, I've never been able to knock off. I probably knock off 1 or 2. But I knocked off like 6 things this year.
That brings back up the mindset thing, because when we when we was at our lowest point and we knew we'd make it out.
Yeah,
I had my vision board since 2015.
Yeah,
when I was doing fine, working at a grocery store, just started experimenting with YouTube, just met you.
Yeah,
I had that vision board with all these goals on it. I didn't hit those things until 2020.
Yeah,
5 years later.
But you hit them.
It feels like now that we're only in 2021, those 5 years seemed like a lifetime.
Bro, it feels like a decade.
It feels like a fucking lifetime.
It feels so long.
Granted, we're young. We're not 40. We haven't experienced a whole lot.
Yeah, but we experienced
a lot for our age.
Yeah, facts.
But that 5 years felt like a lifetime. But we didn't give up because we had what?
The mindset.
And what?
We had goals.
Right. We had goals, and we hit those. And when we hit them so fast, kind of, it wasn't fast. I mean, it was 5 years, but
when
we hit them so smoothly that we didn't realize we hit them until I was moving, and I pulled out my vision board because I couldn't put it on the wall because I was living with my parents. By choice, because of COVID, I took the smart route. Yeah. But I used the excuse that I couldn't find an apartment because of COVID, because it was just starting when I moved. Right, but anyway, I'm moving out of my apartment. This was last month. Moving out of my parents' house into our new apartment. Yeah. Pulled out the vision board. It was like, dang.
And this is the crazy. Let me to kind of go on this, right? This aha moment for him was the vision board. The aha moment for me, it was 2. It was 2. It was 2 in under 3 months. The first was buying my car. I don't have like a brand new car, but I had like a 2014 Chrysler 300S. Best car I've ever had, right? I never thought I'd be able to buy a car that's like 6 years old. I thought I was going to be buying in the 2006s forever, right? So I bought the car, got Bluetooth in it without me installing the radio. That was the craziest part.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, this is really cool. And the second thing, when you walk into an apartment, you're paying for it with YouTube.
That is crazy.
It's crazy as hell.
When your parents realize what you're doing, the parents that, not out of spite or evilness,
just out of being
wanted us to get me and him, because he was always around. So my mom specifically would always want us to apply for this job.
Get this job. Go
to school for process operating. Facts. Do this, do that.
Aaron, are you still in class? Yeah. Are you still in school?
When we were able to show her,
we showed her, and it wasn't even a really big.
It wasn't even a huge month. It was just we were able to show her that we're making progress with this.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
That was a great feeling. Yeah. Plus finding that vision board, and we literally looked at it and was like, we crossed that. It started off like this. Oh, that's the vision board. It was kind of broken. So I'm like, I need to throw that away. I'm going to take a picture.
We crossed that out.
Oh,
that too.
Shoot.
That too.
We done crossed out 3/4 of the vision board in 8 months.
Quick.
Well, it was 5 years, but like, what?
Yeah.
And that's what goals, they're important, because those same goals stuck with me for the 5 years that it took to hit them.
And the craziest part, with the 3 things that you need to be successful along with the mindset, whether it be time management and setting goals and building better habits, all these things then in turn start reflecting on your life, right? Mm-hmm. So eventually, it ain't hit me yet. I don't think it's hit neither one of us yet. But these habits start reinforcing other things, right? You start building healthier eating habits. You start building, work exercise routines. Your life begins to metamorphosize into such a interesting thing, because it all starts compounding on each other. If you ever realize these super successful people are always happy, And it's always because they are living the life they wanted to live. But to get here, for a lot of the people, they had to have time management. They had to build better habits. Mm-hmm. They had to set goals. And we've been setting goals forever. Craziest part about all of this, we have a documentary that showed we were working on a documentary about my life, and we still are, but that's still in the works, and it's turning into 2 documentaries now. But the craziest part, the documentary was supposed to showcase something we didn't even get to yet, something we hadn't even achieved yet. But we was like, yo, the goal was to do $100,000 in a fucking year. Mike, we did $100,000 in a fucking year, bro.
Different from what we was trying to do it in,
but we did it.
That's crazy.
That shit crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
That's play as hell.
Before we even move on to the next topic, you know what's funny?
What's up?
Is that today we're recording our first podcast.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be recording our second podcast right here today. Because I'm looking at the Google Doc, and it says 224. I'm like, today is 220. 224 is the date for the second podcast, but we recorded the first. Ice storms in Texas don't do.
It sucks. It sucks.
We were locked inside,
and now we got a dead plant in front of the studio that smells horrible. I didn't know plants could stink. It smells like shit.
But look, we've talked about what it takes to be successful and stuff like that, and it takes the mindset, and it takes the 3 things: goals, time management, great habits, or whatever. How do you be successful?
Oh shit! Like,
how do you do it? What are some things you can do to be successful?
Okay. Aside from having all those things we already talked about,
not the 3 things you need.
Yeah.
How do you do it?
How to do it? Okay.
How do I quit my job and start a business?
Nah. Hold up, pimp. You too much dip on your chip.
Do I start OnlyFans?
Well, I mean,
for some people, yes, but
I mean, how you slanging down there?
I can start a feet picture.
Look at my toes.
But yeah, how do you be successful?
I feel like it starts for me. Right. It's 2 things you start with.
What is that?
Trying and learning.
You're just gonna steal words out of my mouth, huh?
I'll just give me But I say trying and learning because you have to, because like even with the houses, right? I see this dude on YouTube, Max Maxwell. He's talking about wholesaling houses, and he's talking about how like he had an investment. He was running other people rental houses. He launched the app, went broke, went back to his mama's basement or whatever. And I'm like, bro, you was already successful. Your story doesn't make me feel like I could be successful. You was already there. But as I listened to him more, he was talking about how like things along the lines of him wholesaling houses and how like he just did it. And I started listening to a lot of the stuff he was saying and a lot of things he was talking about. And I started learning. And I took what I learned and I was like, well, hell, I want to try it.
Try it.
And I started trying and I started implementing it. And 4 houses later, $60,000 later off of 4 houses, well, life's good.
Exactly.
And it's all of that's 2 things. And I also would say investing, whether it be investing your time to learn and to try, or investing money here and there. Because right now, bro, we live in such a crazy era that you can be successful, whether it be TikTok, you can be successful on YouTube, you can be successful
digitally or physically with your hands. It's so many ways
to get successful now in the world that you don't necessarily like. The days of old is out, right? I genuinely feel like go and get a college degree. If you ain't being a doctor or a lawyer, those days are pretty much out, right? That's just my personal opinion. Like, I'm not saying go to fucking, Afghanistan and learn about fucking like surgery and then come back without a doctorate and try to be a surgeon. Like, nah, I'm not saying no shit like that. But what I'm saying is the days of old, right? The days of going get a degree, I feel like those days are gone just because of the ways you can make money. Mm-hmm. For example, you have people who've made fucking GameStop stocks that blew up off of Reddit. Off of a Reddit
user.
And it was like
a bunch of them.
It was like, bet, cool.
Let's do this together.
Let's do this together and let's mess some shit up. And like, bro, boys are going dummy. Bank account dummy thick, bro. It's this dude on TikTok. I run across this video every week. He made 97 grand off of GameStop. And
he's gonna use that money to fuel either more trading or another passion.
Facts. And the craziest part, he always talks about, you know, he got in early, I think he only put like a couple $100 or $1,000, a couple thousand or something. It wasn't even a lot, you know. And I'm like, bro. So I would say to learn whatever it is you want to learn, bro.
If you have an inclination, a curiosity, research it.
Long as it ain't about murder,
research it. Or if you don't,
if it ain't about hurting people,
we're not talking criminal acts.
Yeah,
we're talking
we ain't
legal business.
Yeah, not crack
And if
cocaine.
you don't know what you need to learn, search for ideas. There's plenty of YouTube videos that give ideas. There's plenty of articles that give ideas that may spark something that you want to look into.
Facts.
Look into wholesaling houses. Facts. You can literally sell somebody's house without ever owning it or without ever putting $1 down.
Facts. And I'll even do you one better. One thing I've actually started looking into this week. Each state, there's state funds, right? Mm-hmm. States owe people money. And you can find some of these people, and
you can find them and get the money for them and charge a fee.
10%.
My mom was trying to do that to us. Hey, she would look our names up on this site, registered site or whatever, and be like, "Hey, you got some money that they owe you. Blah blah blah. You take a cut. Da 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 da." Like you could do that,
bro. Bro. That's something and just because of my cold calling skills with real estate, I'm like, bro, I knocked this out the freaking park.
Exactly. And if you don't believe me with the wholesaling, I'm not saying this as like, oh, this is something I heard you can do. No, this is something he has done.
I've done.
I have helped him do. I have literally drove this man around.
Facts.
Walked houses.
Facts. When my car was broken down.
Talked to people. Signed contracts. Yep. Picked up checks from the bank.
Facts.
Cash checks in the bank.
Yes.
We've done this, bro.
And are going to do it again.
As we were 25 and 26 at the time.
That was last year. Literally
done this, bro.
Bro, even with the day trading, bro. Like, I remember I shared it on Twitter when I finally figured it out. Mm-hmm. It was like 5,700 at the time. I was like, bro, I've been trying to figure this out for a month. Mm-hmm. It literally took me a month. I was so mad, bro.
Even YouTube. My first YouTube check years ago, around 2014, 15, was like a couple hundred, maybe 300 at the most. No, my first check was like 100, but the most I ever got was like 300. And then for a while, the most I would get was 300 or 400. And then when we was down bad, I got lucky. I made a $4,000 check, and I said, "Oh,
we up? Let's get it."
This is possible. This is
it.
You can do this.
This is it.
And you fast forward 3 years later.
Oh, you can really.
Can do this,
bro. So and it opens up your eyes to like, bro. There's people that's bigger than us, right? And I tell Mike this all the time. We coming for their neck. Exactly. We coming for their neck. What you talking about? Respectfully, coming for their neck. We see some of these dudes do like 18 million a month in views, right? We see other people do like 21 million in views. Then we see people doing 100 millions. I'm like, bro, I want that. And we're going to get that. And when we get it, it's going to be ridiculous.
But back to the original thing. Yeah. My biggest thing, he said it already. He said all three things, how to be successful. But my biggest thing is to try, bro.
Facts. Mike is a try and doer.
Try. You will never know. And you have to plan.
Facts.
But if you are always planning and you're never trying, you'll never get anywhere.
And bro, and that speaks to me.
Same thing with learning. You have to learn.
Facts.
But if you're always learning and never doing or trying, you'll never get anywhere.
Because this is one of the best thing about having like a co-host, business partner, best friend like Michael. And also I would say this is a fourth thing you need to be successful. Have better people around you.
Yes.
You need to have people around you that make you better. Because the one thing about having Mike around me, he challenges me, right? He challenges me to every day be the better version of myself. Now, not every time I can do it. Sometimes I'm lazy. I can admit to that. It's about being an adult. But there's times with dealing with Michael where I wake up and I realize, yo, he's gonna try. He's gonna give it a try and see what happens. And the reality sets in. Or like, yo, I see him doing that, and it in turns make me want to go harder. It makes me want to do, because I'm very analytical. Mike analyze a little and just do, and so he's very spontaneous.
Analyze enough to see if it's possible and see if it's possible for you as a person.
Yeah.
Analyze enough to see if it's possible, learn enough to see if it's possible, or learn enough that you need to get started and go.
And it in turns make you realize, okay, this is what
go ahead. Keep going.
It in turns make me realize, yo, this is what I have to work on. This is what I have to do. And it is that what is the word? The spontaneousness. That you sometimes need that.
You sometimes need to be impulsive.
And I've learned that
probably not
all the times, but sometimes.
A lot of the times you need to be because fear
will impede
and the want to be perfect will stop a lot of people.
Bro, so many people. The want to be perfect will not have you doing videos. The want to be perfect will not have you releasing videos.
Exactly. For example, because we're film guys, we never want to touch a green screen type of video. Ever. But once I set my mind on doing reactions, I had to literally throw out the idea of having a perfect green or blue screen behind me. I had to use because I didn't have a green screen at the time. I would have to wait to order it. But I already had a blue like cloth.
Yeah.
So I hung that bad boy up. The wrinkles wasn't all the way out. Normally, as a film guy, the wrinkles got to be out. It got to be straight, or I ain't doing it. But because I knew what I wanted to do, and I had to release that mental shackle, and say, this ain't gonna be perfect. It ain't about the green screen. It's about the content that we put on screen. And did that use that green screen for a month. Then bought a new one.
Facts.
But right when we started to take off. So get rid of that mental shackle, bro.
Get all of them, because if you can, bro, like right now, and it's for me, it's a constant battle, and I can admit to that. That's being an adult, admitting to your shortcomings, but not succumbing to them. Mm-hmm. I'm always worried. Like today, I've been talking about some stuff I want to do on TikTok, so I could turn TikTok into another money making avenue. Started focusing on that, implementing that. Now that's a go. I worked on it. I'm about to start writing on it some more tonight. Tomorrow I'm getting started. That's it. I would say, to be successful, what you need to be successful, you need to learn, to try. I say invest, and you need a good circle of people around you.
Exactly. And the reason, that last point, the good circle of people, that kind of equates to why, for me, that's why money equals happiness.
Facts.
Because for a lot of people who get rich and may be miserable or whatever, they're miserable not because of finances. Facts. Obviously, they have money.
They got everything.
They're miserable because of the people around them, or it may be the drug addiction.
Facts.
It may be those little circumstances that even without money, you should take care of those. Like if you're in a toxic relationship or friendship, cut them off. Facts. If you're around a toxic group of people, or people that don't do anything or do drugs, cut them off.
It's a telltale sign. People that complain about their situation that don't do nothing. People that always have something negative to say. People who aren't constantly trying to improve their life. Like, for example, like I keep bringing up Tati because she's such a good example. This woman inspires me day in and day out because she refuses to give up. She refuses to be miserable. And by goddamn, she gonna figure something out.
Exactly. So that's all we got today,
bro. I feel like that first episode is a banger.
That's a banger. That's an hour and 14 minutes.
That whole hard
banger. Well, maybe a little less than that because we had to start. But this is a good episode.
We should do this more often.
If you real what it do crew.
Facts. And if you don't know what it do crew is, go watch the reaction channel.
Go to the reaction channel. But if you real what it do crew, you real Internet City
gang,
you real You internet culture fort, and you made it this far. Let us know what topics y'all want us to talk about
next time for sure.
We planning around here,
bro. Because this is culture.
What day is this supposed to release?
Shit, niggas, tonight.
Sunday. Yeah, I think we're supposed to release the podcast on Sunday. This was fun. The setup is dope.
Yeah,
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Yeah,
this is fun. We're gonna do another one.
Facts.
Well, obviously, we
got to. It's a business channel.
Be consistent.
Gang.
But yeah, that is going to do it, my guys.
And before we go, we gotta end it on this.
Oh, go ahead.
Regardless of who believes, live, dream, and succeed. Catch y'all later.
Peace.